Hi guys, and welcome back to Knitwear Diaries. My name is Kyla May, and today's episode we are doing a standard podcast format where I go over finished objects, whips, and acquisitions. I will give you a warning. This is going to be the most depressing one yet because I feel like knitting wise, I just keep getting hit and knocked down, and I keep getting up, and then I keep getting knocked back down. So be wary. First things first, you guys have not seen me in a hot second. And the reason is because, as you can see, I'm in a new space. I moved. We bought a house, my husband and I, and it is our first home. We weren't necessarily looking to buy a house so quick, and so the fact that we did was kind of like and so just a lot of delays have been going on in terms of my knitting. You know, moving takes a lot of effort and whatnot, and so there was just a couple like weeks where I just wasn't knitting because there was just life things happening, and so this is why you haven't seen me in a hot second. Right now we are in my knitting room, which is still a work in progress. I just put up this wallpaper. I've been kind of filming my process, and so I think I might like do like a mini, you know, mini vlog-ish of me setting up this room. I'm still in the process of buying furniture, so yeah, that's gonna take a while because furniture is expensive. Even though I'm doing it in like the most like I don't have money way, it's still expensive, you know. I cannot believe it's May. Like, that is absolutely crazy. Time is going by super fast, which is like kind of a good thing. I was feeling a little bit of that seasonal depression, and so I'm glad that we are hitting summer, but now I'm like, ugh, I don't want to be making summer knits. So anyways, let's carry on to the podcast. So first things first, here is my Silvester tee by Cupid Knits. I started knitting this in my last video, so that was in February, and I actually casted it off yesterday. Today's May 1st, so I casted it off the 30th, but I don't know if you can tell, it's looking a little stiff, and it is because I accidentally felted it! Yay! Guys, this all happened last night. So it has been quite the crazy 24 hours. So it is felted, and it was my fault, but kind of not, but also it is. So at my last place, when I'm blocking knits, I would use my spin cycle to get out all of the water so that I don't have to do the towel stepping trick that most people do when they're wet blocking their knits. It's been perfect. I've used it to block out, or I've used it to spin out my blown yarn, so like my Juniper Moon Beatrix, where that's like a true blown yarn. My Holsgarn Cello, also a true blown yarn. Everything, okay? And I never felted a thing once. So I decide, you know what, I am going to try my new washer's spin cycle, and so I did. My stomach dropped, my heart dropped when I opened the washer and I'm sensing some heat, some like steam coming out, and I'm like, ah! And so now it's like, here, I'm gonna stand up. So like this is like what it's looking like on me. Like it will like not cover my boobs. So that's that. I am counting this as a finished object, which is super sad. I really loved the color and the yarns that I used. So the yarns that I held together for this were the Knitting for Olive Merino in the color Claret. Like this is like my color. And Kremke Soulwol's Stellaris in the color Red Gold. And like the sparkle, it's beautiful. And like I was gonna wear this on Christmas, I was gonna wear it for Valentine's Day, I was gonna wear it for Chinese New Year, and I was like, oh my god, It's beautiful. Ah! Ah! Yeah. Anyways, so heartbreak number 1 of this podcast, okay? There's really no way to remedy this. There was a comment on my TikTok that was like, hey, why don't you shrink it some more and like frame it and like put it in a shadow box in my room? Which now that I'm looking at it, I think it would go really well together. And so I might end up doing that. But overall, this is still like a fresh wound. Like, body's not even cold yet. Yeah. So last night, another thing with this whole frenzy, I decided that's fine, I'm going to cast on a new one. So I did order yarn, and I'm going to tell you about it now because I don't know when's the next time I'm going to see you. Because life is still going crazy. I'm going to be making another one in a different colorway, and I ordered the Kremke Soul Stellaris, and I'm still going to be using Knitting for Olive Merino, and so I can't wait to show you guys what colors I ended up choosing. But I loved this pattern overall. It's a very easy pattern. If you know how to do a raglan sweater, you can make this Silvester tee. However, the next time I knit it, I am going to change a couple things. So first things first, even though the pattern told me to knit a size down, I knitted a size up. Stupid. So it just wasn't the most flattering thing I felt like on me. I have about a 10-inch difference in circumference from my bust to my stomach, and so because I did the size up, it kind of just drapes over me and I looked like a box, and my body dysmorphia really was not vibing with it. But like, it was still a cute shirt nonetheless. A lot of times I do ignore my body dysmorphia. But like, you know, it's always something like in the back of my mind where I'm like, I feel like a box. And so I will be knitting a size down. Another thing that I will be doing is I will be adding bust shaping. This pattern is super size inclusive. There's just no bust shaping. So if you're like me, where you have like a significant difference in the bust to stomach ratio, torso ratio, I don't know what the right words would be, there is no shaping for that, and I don't find it super flattering. It's almost like sweater-like, where when I'm knitting a sweater, like, it's fine if it just drapes over or whatever, because it's a sweater, it's a cozy sweater. But since this is supposed to be like a zero ease garment, I just think that it could fit me better. Another thing is I'm going to change the way I pick up the collar. So in the pattern, it makes you pick up every stitch, but they make you do it in a needle that's 2 sizes down, but I felt it wasn't enough cinch. And so when I was first picking it up, I was kind of like, should I do every 2 and 3 stitches? But then I was like, I'm just gonna follow the pattern. The next time around, I'm not gonna follow the pattern completely. I'm gonna put my modifications to it. I'm gonna add the bust shaping. I'm gonna knit it a size down, maybe 2 sizes down. Who knows? We'll see what I end up doing. Anyways, I will get my Silvester tee. This just really sucked. It's fine. I've learned that I can't trust every spin cycle on every single washer, because some spin cycles put heat with it for some freaking reason. So in terms of finished objects, that's what I've got. There is a whip that I've talked about in the past, which is the Sweetest Heart sweater, but I'm not going to pull that up because I put it in timeout because of the dye lot issue. It's all the same dye lot, it's just a variegated yarn, and I hated the harsh line that it was giving me. And now that I've felted my Silvester tee, I'm like, oh, I was being super dramatic about my Sweetest Heart sweater, so I might pick that up again and like finish it a lot sooner than what I was originally planning. But I do have a whip that I just casted on last night during my despair. I started my Kitten Catch Mittens by Florence Miller. So I just did the Latvian braid last night, and that was really fun. It's super finicky, hate it. I am a little bit concerned about the yarn that I'm using. So I am using Cascade Heritage. I think this is the sock in the color Garnet. And another color that I am forgetting off of the top of my head, but I talked about it 2 videos ago. It's just really fuzzy despite it having nylon in it. And so, I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't see the fuzz, but I can see the fuzz, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, it looks like it's just going to pill while I'm working on it. Another thing that I did was when I was working in my first row after casting on, I accidentally dropped a few stitches. And so it's a little frumpy, but like I'll fix it at some point. I originally casted this on because I have a work trip this month, and I thought like, oh, this would be a great one to bring on my work trip while I am like in meetings. But then I'm like, it's literally charted color work. I will not be able to focus on either this or the meetings that I will be in. So I am hoping that my new yarn for the Silvester tee part 2 will come in, and I could work on that there, because that's just plain stockinette in the round, super easy peasy. Love that. But I did cast her on, and so that is a whip that I am working on. So I'm not sure if you could tell, but behind me there is a spinning wheel. Love her. She doesn't have a name. But so 2 weeks ago on Facebook Marketplace, someone posted their Lendrum single treadle spinning wheel, and it also came with 4 bobbins and a lazy Kate. So this looks, oh! Okay. So this looks like a mess. Oh my god. Well, I picked it up upside down, and so like, guys, I'm okay. I swear, everything's fine. I'm going crazy. Anyways, and so I've been spinning yarn. So with the spinning wheel, obviously I had to get fiber. So on local yarn store day, so a week ago also, I picked up this local Iowa wool from Martell, Iowa. Can I remember the farm name? No. What I do remember is that this is Shetland wool, and his name was Aladdin. So I spun up Aladdin, and here's my first little Hank. Yeah, I used him up, and so you're not seeing all the other ones around, but I spun up 2 Hanks, and those Hanks, I spun them Z-spin, and then I learned like, oh, because I knit, I should be doing it S-spin, and the person who sold me the spinning wheel and taught me how to spin, because we did it literally like in her parking lot outside of her house. She is a crocheter, so it makes sense that she spins it Z way, you know. Anyways, so I spun up 2 Hanks the wrong direction. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I think I'm just gonna keep it, cause like it's just like, oh, it's my first spin. Anyways, so I did that, and that's what this is. And then I did my first 2-ply. So this is a Blue Face Leicester yarn. No, well, now it's a yarn. It's BFL in the color Oatmeal that I purchased from Paradise Fibers. I had originally purchased 8 ounces. A good chunk of the 8 ounces was just like a mistake, and I tossed it, basically. Not really, like I still have it, I just don't really know what I want to do with it. But this, I 2-plied. It's super chunky, and I think I'm also gonna have her for display. I do love this color a lot, and so I don't really knit with chunky yarns. So now I'm in the middle of spinning super thin right now, so I can hopefully get a fingering, probably not fingering, but fingering slash sport weight, so that I could knit up a Maggie cardigan with it, hopefully, maybe. So with these 2 yarns slash rovings, I had like 1.5 pounds. and I spun them all in 1 week. Spinning has been super addicting, you guys. And so obviously I need more fiber. So I did put in an order for a full pound of roving, this same BFL from Paradise Fibers. If you want to look it up, I think it's very smooth. It was very pleasant to spin up. If you go on Paradise Fibers and you search T180, that's the exact one that I purchased. And I really like it. I love the feel of it. It's like not scratchy at all. I love spinning with it. It was super nice compared to this Shetland. This Shetland is a little bit, to me, more toothy almost. I actually don't know anything that I'm saying. I am quite literally just shitting out of my ass. So take everything I'm saying right now with a grain of salt. But so that is also a whip that I have been working on, and I'm super excited about it. Okay, my last kind of whip. Last night, also still in my despair, I blocked my gauge swatch for this gingham pattern. Super simple to do. The bottom 2 rows I did it with mohair. Decided I don't like it with mohair, and I like the top 2 better, and so I'm going to size down my needles because I kind of want it to be a little bit less airy. I don't know, actually, should I size down my needles? I should. I keep going back and forth with myself. I will size down my needles. I am going to put my designer hat on and draft something in this gingham pattern, and I'm super excited for it. I also love these colors, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, I talk about it a little bit more in my TED Talk, so I don't want to like go over it again and again and again. I feel like all of this, like I feel like everyone's just sick of me. I think I'm just sick of me, but I'm also going through a hard time. So, all things considered. So we went over 2 of my heartbreaks, the Silvester tee and spinning basically 8 roving of fiber in the wrong direction. And now here is my 3rd and last one. I got 7 balls of Lane Cloud that I pre-ordered last year from the Violent Cat Lady. And I know you're thinking like, oh my god, that's such a beautiful color, how exciting. I know, it is super exciting, and like I've been like waiting for this pre-order for a long time. You guys who've seen my last video, I think it was either 2 or 3 videos ago, it was in my yarn stash going into 2026 video. I talked about that pre-order, and if you've been paying close attention or have like an insane memory, you would know that this is not color number 4. So they accidentally sent me color number 5 in the Cloud Tweed lanyard. I just like can't win. So I email the Violent Cat Lady team, and I'm like, hey, sent them a photo, you guys sent me the wrong yarn. And they're like, oh no, please send it back. Normal, that's fine. But also, we don't have this in hand anymore, and we are waiting for our next shipment. Oh! Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? When I say I pre-ordered this last year, it's May now. It is May now. Oh! Anyways, yeah, that was super, super tough. So I am going to send it back. They did send me a label. I don't have a printer, so I've been kind of like stalling at it, but this just happened this just happened this week as well. I don't know what's up in the air. I don't know who's out to get me. I rebuke it. I block all that negative energy. I hate that. But hopefully I'll get my Cloud Tweed 4. Guys, I'm like losing it. I don't know if you can tell, but I am like absolutely losing it. I do, however, I have a win. So here is the issue 2 of Stitch Atlas, the indie magazine that I've talked about in a previous video. Grace, if you're watching this, hello. And I was featured in it. I talk about my process designing the Jester sweater. Here it is. Right now I am covering a discount code to be able to download the Jester sweater for free on Ravelry. So if you do have this magazine and you've been wanting to try the Jester sweater, you can get it for free using this code. And you're not only supporting this indie magazine, but you're also supporting a great team. Yeah, and like this magazine, you guys, it's like actually beautiful, so artistic, so also intuitive. I do love the layout of this magazine, and all of the people on here, you'll see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of smaller designers like myself, and this is just like the coolest thing ever, and I would definitely go purchase it. So it's Stitch Atlas, spelled like this, missing an I, atlas.com. So I would definitely look into it, and then you get a bunch of free cool stuff in here. I think there's another pattern or two that is also offering the pattern for free. If not, just like the pattern is in this magazine in general. I hope you guys read it and get something out of it, learn something new. Once again, Grace was awesome to work with, and I have been super excited about this magazine. All right, you guys, this was a fairly short video. I've just been super busy with work and moving and just life in general, and I'm super excited to be able to sit down now and talk to you guys about what I've been up to. Despite this video being such a heartbreaking video, I still love knitting, and I'm gonna keep on knitting, and you know what, that is life. And in my next video, I hope I have 1,000,000 finished objects. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. In the comments, let me know what you are working on, or if you've dealt with any of the situations I've dealt with. My comments for this video can be a venting forum. Like, go ahead, let it all out. I will reply to every single one and give you support. I am hoping this next video will be a whole lot more cheery and a lot more zen, and overall filled with wins. Once again, thanks you guys, and see you in the next video.